And a happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome in. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos after doing a fine job as the next man up today with Jake Lyman. Gentlemen, how are we?
Well, hey, man, there's my microphone on, right? It's like crazy how that works. Doing better than yesterday. It took me, I live maybe 7 minutes from here.
Yeah.
It took me an hour and a half to get home yesterday.
I believe it.
Because of all the airport backup yesterday. For those who were stuck at the airport, God bless you. It was backed up on the 40. It was backed up, Chase, all the way from the airport entrance to Murfreesboro Road and Donaldson Pike. That's how bad it was. And there's nowhere to go. So hopefully the airport has it figured out. But right now, it is a mess, and it's on TV. B&A officials to review what caused huge backup yesterday. Traffic, till 11 o'clock last. I mean,
it was
worst I've ever seen.
It was almost midnight. Our good friend Madeline Nolan at Fox 17 was there yesterday afternoon, did a great story on it, to the point that B&A turned their comments off.
They should. Instagram. It's been an abject disaster for the construction over there. Don't open it all until it's all done.
Yeah.
And it's just the construction's over there. It's been mishandled and mismanaged so badly at the airport. I'm so sorry for those stuck in the traffic yesterday, but today's a new day.
It's on the Fox 17 YouTube page. Traffic woes at the Nashville airport. Shout out to Maddie for doing that.
Terrible. Just terrible. I mean, the whole thing was bad. And so I went through there today and it was fine, man. But gosh almighty. All right, I'm fired up for today, man. Got a lot to talk about today.
We do, but I'm going
full.
We do, but I'm going to start with something different that's not on the board.
Yeah.
And, had the opportunity this morning to go do a tour over at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, and you know this from doing this for so long. Dr. Crane, Max is showing up for some reason. Hi, Max. Let's go, Fred. They'll all kind of learn this. I mean, Max has been over to Vandy Children's, but you walk into a place and you just kind of feel an energy, right? And it's hard to describe. But I got to tour the Seacrest Studios, and they were talking about how just that, it's kind of a safe space that they have, that it's for patients, for families, for staff, or whatever, and that you're in a place where there's, I want to say there is positivity, but you're obviously, if you're at the hospital, it's probably not for a good reason. And there's all these kids that are going through things, and they were just telling us about what they do and the people that come in and all that stuff. And I was just like, yeah, if I'm having a bad day, it doesn't compare. It was just kind of that smack in the face of,
I agree.
Hey, sometimes we need that kind of dose of reality, but kudos to everybody over there in any hospital, but over there that do what they do on a daily basis.
I mean, those kids are fighting for their lives every single day, and I'm bitching about traffic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, look, it puts it in perspective.
Yeah, it does.
It just puts it in.
And sometimes that's good, man.
So it was really cool. One of our friends just said that it was so bad at the airport that flight crews couldn't get to and couldn't get in, and flights were delayed.
I counted 9 abandoned cars.
Yeah.
People are with their luggage walking over. But no, you make a good point. We need to be shocked back to reality every day that it's not as bad as we think it is in our lives. And sometimes, visiting them and seeing them so full of energy and everything else, it really can change your life. And, I know Woody and Jim spend a lot of time over there and talking and singing and recording and having fun. And man, it's a great thing.
Yeah. So just wanted to throw that out there. I mean, that we did that, and it was just cool.
Yeah.
It was cool to see, just a facility like that tries to bring smiles to faces that really need them.
I agree, man.
So we do have a lot to get into. The Titans reaction continues, which obviously we'll talk about. We had 2 Monday night games last night. I love Baker Mayfield. I freaking love Baker Mayfield.
It is the best story in sports right now. I'm telling you, Baker Mayfield's redemption is great. It is a wonderful story. After being jettisoned from the Browns, the Panthers, the Rams, and now finding home at Tampa Bay, and that team loves him. Those players love Baker Mayfield. You saw it last night. They shouldn't have won that game.
Yeah.
And they did because of Baker Mayfield. It's a great story. So when you think people have given up on you, that's fine. As long as you don't give up on yourself, and Baker Mayfield is that story.
Yeah. I 100%. 100%. So it was, I just,
You're right, man.
12 o'clock. Like, I'm on the air at 12 o'clock, and it's like, oh, hey, let's bother Chase with questions.
Is that Eastern or Pacific time?
It's anytime. So,
all right. Well, let's have some fun, buddy. Let's have some fun today. All right. Our question of the day, Dr. Crane, you ready for this? Because we're fully on the Diego Pavia Heisman train on this station, on this show. We're on this train. So they came out about, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but evidently Theo Von and Diego Pavia, they're setting up on a date, and he asked, where should he take Diego's mom out for lunch or dinner? And we want to get all the reaction there because it's a funny story that's really taken off. It was one of the trending topics last night on Twitter. It's been there all weekend long. We want to ask you, where should Theo Von take Diego Pavia's mom out to eat? And you guys always give us great answers. 615-737-1025, because the Chase and Big Joe show, along with Dr. Crane, we are the engineers right now on the Diego Pavia Heisman train. You're all welcome to jump on with us. And when he wins it, you're going to say, you know what? Those guys over 1025, Chase and Big Joe and Dr. Crane, they knew what they were talking about. We're on that train. Where?
And then there's going to be one person that tries to take credit for it. I guarantee it.
No, we got it first. We got it out there. 3-0. They're going to beat Georgia State, Utah State, and roll into Tuscaloosa at 5-0. And Diego's going to be talking the smack. But anyway, where should Theo take his mom?
Can I just say this too?
Yeah.
And this is a, right now might be a nuclear take. If they played like they have played in the last 6 quarters, they can go into Tuscaloosa and beat Alabama. They're going to have to be,
sound the bomb alert.
They're going to have to be like on it, because Bama got pissed off and woke up, and they've played well the last 2. But if Vandy plays to the level that they played the last 6 quarters, I think they can go in and
I'm with you, man. I am with you. Go down there. They go down and win that game. Then they're 6-0 and they've beaten Alabama.
If they go down there and win that game, then like they probably have a really good chance to go to Atlanta.
Yeah. And they've never been. They're
one of 2,
3.
Well,
I don't count Oklahoma and Texas right now. I'm counting just the 14.
Well, Texas went last year.
The 14 that are there before. 14 there before.
So Vandy's never been. Mississippi State has.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss has never been.
And one more.
And you're not counting Oklahoma, but Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm just because they just only in the league. This is only their second year.
South Carolina.
They've been once. Spurrier took them in 2010, and Cam Newton beat them.
That's right.
You got this, buddy.
Kentucky.
That's it.
Okay.
But I'm with you, man. So we want to hear from you. Where should he take his mom out to eat? Chase, I ask you, where would he take Diego's mom to eat? For dinner, maybe dinner and drinks. This story is just exploding, and I find it hilarious.
How about Sperry's in Cool Springs?
You got a friend?
He's got a friend with some gift cards.
You got a guy? Dr. Crane, where you take? If Theo called in and said, Dr. Crane, where should I go? What do you tell him?
Hibachi.
What? Where?
I don't know.
I need a place. I need a brick and mortar.
Bluefin. It's a sushi restaurant.
Where's that?
It's near Church Street in Brentwood area.
Are you a sushi guy?
I like sushi.
I didn't fancy you as a sushi guy.
I dabble.
Okay. My thing is, let's don't overthink this, right? Waffle House on Donaldson Pike. Make it simple.
I change it. Sportsman's Grill in Cool Springs.
Okay. All right, Sportsman's Grill. You going to change again here in a second?
No.
So we got Sperry's Sportsman Grill. I'm saying Waffle House on Donaldson Pike. Just keep it real. Don't overthink this, Theo. Keep it real. And Theo, if you're out there listening, we know you are. You're more than welcome to call in. and get it done.
615-737-1025. That is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Where should Diego Pavia, or where should Theo Vaughn take Diego Pavia's mom?
I'm sure we'll get a few answers that we can't read on the air.
Probably.
But we can have fun with it. And you guys, always the responses are always fantastic. So we love that.
We will do that and much more coming up next here on Chasing Big Joe on this Tuesday, 102.5 The Game.
To marry a nurse one day, so that's why I think
Smart.
he was thinking about that. But I don't even know if I would do it. I don't know.
That's
So
cute.
I like being his friend. I don't want to end up being like his stepdad or something. You know, that would.
Yeah, that would be weird. I got it.
Oh, boy.
Did he say stepdad?
Yes, he did. Bonus dad. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Our question of the day. I swear we're not going to spend the whole show on this,
No.
but these are pretty good. David in Paris, Big Joe's backyard barbecue. Joel says Fleming's on West End, or for more spicy, Uncle Julio's in Brentwood. Uncle Julio's is very good.
Fancy.
What? Oh, okay. Got it. Hair Metal Henry says it's obvious Von L rots. Michael and Madison, take her to John Bon Jovi's for the Titans pregame show. Yeah, it'll start
Perfect.
Sunday at 9:30.
That's right.
Joey from Gallatin, the Chop House in Hendersonville, or Sushi Train in West Nashville. Hey, I got some friends that go to Sushi Train for date night. It's a good time.
I once on a dare with my daughter and son-in-law asked me how many sushi train plates. I stacked up 28 of them. True story. I could not stop eating. I mean, that Sushi Train is wonderful. We should do a remote at Sushi Train.
Derek says, or Ryan in Florida said, Wild Horse Saloon, which
gone.
is now the what's
Category.
it called? Category 10.
Yep.
Derek says Checkers in Smyrna.
Yes, that's a great answer.
9531 Twin Peaks.
Even better, keep them going.
Tom in Nashville, Robert's Western World on Broadway.
You can get what, a cheeseburger and a PBR for like $7.
0900 says Crystals, or even better, Sam's Club's concessions. Just do free samples. Just walk around.
Oh my God. Yeah. The Costco and Sam's Club, the samples, and then the dollar hot dogs there. Beautiful.
Mike and Last Cast is the Gladyville Diner. That's a good one.
I'd go there in a heartbeat.
I can't read this one. Let's see. 0911 says, what about Jimmy Kelly's? One of our sponsors.
Great.
We love Jimmy Kelly's.
We absolutely love Jimmy Kelly's.
That would certainly be a good one. Something that will continue to take your answers throughout the show. I have seen this a lot on the socials about Brian Callahan being compared to a former Titans coach.
Oh man,
named Ken Wisenhunt. Like, are we? I mean, is it that bad, or is it worse?
I mean, that's a great question. So Wisenhunt was 3-20 before he got fired. Callahan's 3-16, but somebody, and I don't remember what it was, retweeted something out there about how comparable the numbers are, like yards and averages, and it's like remarkably the same. And we don't want to go back to the Wisenhunt era because it was so awful, but we're there now. We are there now. Rookie quarterback. You know, how well is he being coached? We don't know. All things that go on. Cam scores in spite of Callahan. You know, Mariota did some things that infuriated Ken Wisenhunt as well. So I'm telling you, man, history repeats itself. And if you're a Titans fan, this is not good.
I think Mariota was kind of the same where he did some good things in spite of Wisenhunt. And then I don't think Vrabel ruined him. I think Vrabel just kind of proved that he's not a starting NFL quarterback.
Right. He wasn't the guy. That's okay.
Yeah, and like because I vividly remember in Vrabel's first year, he was asked something about Mariota's leadership, and he basically was kind of like, in a nice way, said, "I need him to kind of
be the guy."
Yeah, but there's another phrase that I think he was alluding to, and I'm trying to think of a FCC compliant way to say it, but
like Rambo,
grow a pair. Maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah,
like some of that, like actually not have to be the like in your face yelling, but like be a guy that can walk into that huddle and he's in charge.
Well, I think it was somewhat unfair for Mariota because look, who did Vrabel have? Who would Vrabel quarterback when he played, right? 8 years with the Patriots, and that was Tom Brady. So every quarterback's compared to Tom Brady for Mike Vrabel, and you're not going to live up to that. You're not going to come close to doing that. So when you're not Vrabel, in Vrabel's mind, you're not Tom Brady, you're never going to get there. Funny, Tannehill was a little bit because Tannehill took charge, and the guys talked about, hey, he would fire something, get us going, and that worked for a while. Then, of course, it kind of flamed out a little bit, but at the same time, I think Cam's already shown more leadership and maturity than Mariota did.
I agree. I would agree with that. And I don't think Mariota was immature. I just think he just wasn't a natural leader.
Wasn't.
And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a slight at him, but at the same time, when you're the quarterback, you kind of have to have a little bit more of that. Like, McNair was the quiet type. McNair was but you knew he was in charge. Like there was no question of it. Tannehill wasn't like, I mean, he could have moments where he get pissed, but not a lot. I mean, you just there's just some people you just know. And like with Cam, I know. Like he's got that.
He does. He in spite of what's going on right now, he's doing, I think, a heck of a job. When you got one receiver who's basically catching passes for you, the tight ends have disappeared. I know Chig caught a pass the other day, but are they not scheming anything up for that? I don't know, but it's down to one guy now.
Here's another thing too, and Dr. Crane, maybe we can find this clip. I believe it was yesterday. Brian Callahan said something to the effect of, Cam is a kind of a hunter that he's trying to find that big play. And that's a young quarterback guy that just wants to, I mean, he wants to be the hero. And he's got to learn that that's not always going to be there. And so I kind of felt there was some of that on Sunday of he was constantly looking downfield, and most of the time it just wasn't there. That's where I think he's got to, in his mind, recognize I have the tight ends and I have a running back that I could dump off to if I need to. And it's okay to do that. Like I wish he had done it more on Sunday. So I think that's kind of part of this too.
Well, I just think when they roll him, and we've discussed this ad nauseum, when they roll Cam Ward out of the pocket on a bootleg and he's able to do things on the fly, he's fantastic. I mean, he is really, really good doing that. He's a good drop back passer, man. When you get him out of the pocket, though, the defense reacts differently. And Chris Sanders was talking about, look, when that breaks down, that happens, receivers go certain places on the field. And once Cam gets on that place with the other receivers to figure out, all right, who goes where, who's going to go back where, who's running the sidelines, who's going in the middle of the field. But, when you got Ridley dropping passes in the middle, it really was like, all right, what's going on here? Imagine if he caught those passes in Denver, how much better it would be. And so I just think there's only one guy now that he's going to. It's Io Manor. That's the guy. That's why I'm going to beat the drum once again, to catch the strap and call it Xavier Restrepo. Can he do any worse than Tyler Lockett? No, I'm telling you, he can't.
All right. Can I play devil's advocate for a second and just ask you a question? All I'm doing is asking you a question.
Sure, buddy.
Do you think that Restrepo's fast enough to get open where he could catch the ball?
Yes. And the slot absolutely is.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because I worry about a little of that.
Yep. I think now the getaway speed, I don't know. But if you need to catch a ball 5 yards, you're in the slot and you can get off that thing. Because at the start, and Derek and Chris know more than I do, at the start, man, it's about explosion, right? And nobody's talked about his explosion off the line of scrimmage. At Miami, it was pretty damn good. So you can explode and get open within the first second and a half of snapping the ball, you're there. I've not seen that from Bryce Oliver or Lockett or Van Jefferson or Ridley. I've just
Nunley? Who's Nunley?
He's another guy that can't catch.
I had a Mr. Nunley at
They're all there, right? So, I'm all about getting something in there. Look, it ain't working now. What's going on? And if they start 0-3, season's over. It's absolutely over. The third weekend of the season, you're done. You're 0-3 because the Colts will be 3-0.
Yep. Justin and Smyrna just sent this. This is, I haven't fact checked this, but I'm going to take your word for it. First 19 games for both coaches, right? Wisenhunt, Callahan. Points scored, 343 to 342. Points allowed, 515, 513.
Holy cow.
Points per game, 18.1, 18. Offensive yards, Wisenhunt, 5,986. Callahan, 5,557. Passing yards, Wisenhunt, 4,161.
Oh, no.
Callahan, 3,522.
Oh.
Rushing yards, Wisenhunt, 1,825. Callahan, 2,035.
Hey! All right now.
Total touchdowns, 37 to 34.
That's awful.
Passing touchdowns, 28 to 23. Rushing touchdowns, 9 to 11.
Hey,
Turnovers,
here we go.
32 to 38.
Wow. Bad begats bad, begats bad, begats bad. That's awful. So the touchdown in 19 games, they've scored 37. Was that right? Or 33?
34.
34. So that's less than 2 touchdowns a game.
Yep.
You're not winning anything in the National Football League that way. You're not.
So, look, stats don't tell everything. Because I think the other thing with Wiz and Hunt, like the morale around there was just terrible. Like you could tell that they did not like him. I don't think that's the case here. I think they do like this guy. Cam Ward has stood up twice for his head coach that he's known for less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that question is then if they go down, if they're 0-3, which when did she fire Wiz and Hunt?
The 7th game. Wait,
It was
3
it
and
was
20, so
it was further. It was like November.
7 games.
Okay.
Because
Which
they
is-
played 16 back then, and he was 3 and 20. He was fired. That's 23 games. So 16 one year, then you add the 7. You got fired. And what does that tell you? When he was fired, wasn't that fired? They went down and beat New Orleans.
Well, guess what the 7th game is?
No. Vrabel.
Yes.
Holy cow, man. This is weird.
But the thing is, like, I kind of buy into this. Was it Nick, was it that you said about the road trip when they go on the road that she'll let him do the road trip and then
Yeah, I said that earlier today that they'll let him go on the road trip, and while he's gone, they'll clean out his office and they'll come back to.
so they're gonna have 3 straight weeks on the road at Houston and then at Arizona and at Vegas. If they're 0-6 or 1-5, I don't think he coaches that New England game. I don't think he
No,
can.
I haven't thought about that.
I don't think he can. I don't think she can allow that. Like, again, we can sit here and argue about what good does it really do, but if you're 0 or have 1 win, and I'm going to be honest with, I mean, that win could come against Houston because I don't think Houston's very good, but you're not either. Arizona, I don't know. Like, it's the road. I don't see a win right now based on what I've seen to this point.
So Indy, Houston, Arizona, and Vegas. He loses those. He's 3 and 20.
Yeah.
And then that was Hunt's record at 3 and holy cow. I'm going to go cross-eyed. There's too much comparison here. That's equal in all parts, man. This is something
The
else.
only difference is Wisenhunt was an a-hole and Callahan is not.
Yeah, I got
That's the
nothing
only
against him.
difference.
I just don't think he's a good coach. I looked up when Dan Campbell in 21 with the Lions, they were not very good. They're in the same predicament. But I was reading about Campbell's approach with the players and the media and the fans was, hey, stay with us. We got something. Stay with us. Callahan there is none of that. Maybe he's not built that way, Chase. And I understand it. That PR valve to say, hey, stick with us, guys.
Let's talk about that because I know where you're going here, and I think there's a big difference. Well, good luck with that. There is a big difference in that, I believe. By the way, I forgot to mention our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. Check them out at ariestactical.com. You can keep those coming. Where should Theo Vaughn take Diego Pavia's mom for dinner? And it's the Chasing Big Joe Show, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. Did you know that September is Suicide Prevention Month? But for us on this show, we talk about it every single day. Unfortunately, we've all been affected by a friend or a loved one who suffered from depression is just no longer with us. And it's sad. You know, for the last 2 years, we've been on a mental health mission on this show. We tell you that if you're struggling, please talk to someone. Tell you all the time, talking to someone saved my life. If you're in that dark place, I want you to know that help is just around the corner. We are so honored that we've partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care. It's a wonderful place right here in Middle Tennessee for you to get well. And I'm telling you, folks, it works. Just go to thegamenashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and there you'll see a link to Unity Psychiatric Care. So many have reached out to us in the last 2 years, and we're so grateful for that, and we love you guys so much. Now, we have a partner that we can point you to that cares about you. And listen, you don't have to go through any of this alone. You can call 1-888-508-8002. That is 1-888-508-8002. And listen, we love you, and our world's a better place because you are here. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe tab, and you'll see information for Unity Psychiatric Care right there for you. I'm telling you, help is just around the corner. And listen, you do not have to go through any of this alone.
Brian Callahan yesterday. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game here on this Tuesday. And you can weigh in on our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com, 615-737-1025. Fred, I was going to come to you. You hung up. But the Dan Campbell thing. So Dan Campbell, if you remember, let's go back a little further. Remember, he was the interim coach with Miami, went 5-7, didn't get the job. That was in 2015. It took him 6 years to get another crack at being a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to Detroit, finishes 3-13 in the 3-13-1 in his first year, which is similar to Brian Callahan at 3-14 in his first year. Here's the biggest difference, and right now, what I've seen out of this team tells me there's no chance in hell they get even close to this. They went 9-8 the next year.
In the second year?
Yeah. I went from 3-13-1 to 9-8, then 12-5, then 15-2.
Who motivates you more, man? Think about it.
Well, that's what I'm getting to. Because even in that year where they were 3-13-1, for whatever reason, they showed a lot of Lions games here. And I would watch some of those games and go, they want to play for that guy. They may not be very good, but they want to play for that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And like the biting kneecaps and, he got emotional, like all that stuff. That was, those guys were bought in. And I think there was some of that former player mentality. Vrabel always wanted to dismiss that he didn't think it mattered because he didn't want it to be about him. But I think it did because like so many guys were like, yeah, he's been in those wars. He's been in those locker rooms. He knows what we're going through.
He does.
So it's like there's more of that. And I'm not dismissing someone that didn't play at the NFL level, but it is different. And I'm not saying that the guys don't like him, but I don't see them playing for him to the same point that the Lions were playing for Dan Campbell.
You talked yourself into it. Yeah, exactly. Dan Campbell is a different breed. He's a monster. Yeah, he's made dumb decisions as far as going forward and forth, but
sure.
I mean, that's fine. But it's just night and day between the two of those. And look, I watched last night I think the Chargers might be the best team in football right now. I mean, that's a good team last night.
They are a pretty good team.
And you watch them, you're like, man, the Titans are nowhere near that team. They're nowhere near that team. And Dan Campbell got those guys believing in him. And here I told you, it's my mechanic. When I had bad gas, it's like flush the tank, get new gas in there.
Every time you say that, I'm thinking I'm going elsewhere.
They got to flush the tank, man. Look, this draft class the Titans had, not bad. You get a few of the parts in there, and I go for it. And I wrote that on the board. It's number 2 under the Titans on our chart here on the thing. If they lose on Sunday, start the trade wagon. Simmons, take care, baby. You're gone. Snead, find trade partners because you're 0-3. You're not going to the playoffs. Now you got to start looking down the line. You can tell me Jeffrey Simmons is going to turn this team around?
No. And
get his value for it right now. Jeffrey Simmons' value.
That story he sued because he didn't get paid for the 17th game or something like that. And
Brilliant. Yeah. Absolutely. I have no problem. If somebody wants to be a capitalist, I have no problem for you making money. I got no problem. His value right now has never been as high. Yeah. He's playing his ass off. Trade him if they lose on Sunday and get something back for it.
I don't disagree with you. They won't, but I don't disagree with you. Ridley and Snead, you're not getting anything for him. You signed Ridley to that deal. It's not looking like a good deal right now. Now, what'll probably end up happening is as the year goes on, he'll do like he did last year, and he'll kind of catch fire in the second half, and he'll get to his 1,000 yards, and it's like, oh, it doesn't look as bad. But
yeah, we're 4-13. Great job.
Right.
So I just think there's some things to do now, but it's all valued on this game on Sunday versus the Colts. If you lose, you're 0-3. They're 3-0, and now you go on the road for 3 games. I mean, you scored 1 touchdown in 8 quarters. And then you're getting conservative to kick a field goal to get some points at the half. It's not working. And we're going to sit here every day and pound the same message. It's not working. It's not working. And we know it's not working. And they know it's not working.
Yeah. But look, I mean, what else do you want us to do? I mean, what this is what the topic is right now.
No, I know. I get it.
That's what's happening. And that's what sucks. And that's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of talking about, I hope we're going to be at Predators training camp on Friday. It's hard to believe that is here. The first preseason game is on Sunday with the doubleheader. I hope we're coming out of Preds training camp talking about, all right, I think this team's ready for a bounce back. Because I'm so sick and tired. Like, Vandy is fun right now because we're talking about a team that, like, plays for the guy next to him, and they have fight, and they have a head coach that they want to play for.
Hell yeah, it's a great story.
I mean, there's a prime example right there. Clark Lee was a pretty damn good defensive coordinator at Notre Dame. I said New England. Notre Dame gets this job. He knows what he's getting into. They, kind of have that decent first year, and then they take a huge step back. And we're sitting here going like, well, okay, nice guy, but is he the right guy? It's a tough job. And what happens? Like, he makes moves that, basically say, I realize I needed help as a head coach, brings in Jerry Kill. Now, part of that becomes a package deal, and you get Tim Beck and Diego Pavia, which obviously was a really good thing. But he focused on the defense, which was his bread and butter, got that fixed, and he had a head coach that was kind of like his head coach, for him. And now look at him. And so it's, is Brian Callahan doing those things? I don't know. I mean, he's got a couple of head coaches on staff.
Let me ask you this. Is he the right coach for the Titans? Be honest.
No.
That's it. He's not. He's not the right. We all know it. He's not the right coach.
But do they know it? Does she know it?
It's okay. You're not the right coach. It's okay to make a move. It's okay. Guys get fired all the time. Hell, the college fired 2 guys this past weekend. It happens. It's okay. You're getting compensated well. You'll get a job someplace else. But we do all this other stuff to figure this out and that out, and it comes out of the head coach. He's not built for it. Dan Campbell's built for it.
Yeah.
Jeff Fisher told us about the story about Buddy Ryan the night before the Super Bowl and how all those guys, he was so beloved.
Right.
I mean, they would do anything for Buddy Ryan, and it turned to a championship team. Do you think these guys would run through the wall for Callahan? They ain't running through the wall.
Not to that level.
No.
Again, I think they like him.
Great. I like you.
Yeah. But are you going to run through a wall for me?
You're a good dude. I like you. Yeah, right? You could like him. That's fine. But this is football. I mean, you got to get to the next level. I mean, why is he not chomping Ridley's ass when he drops a pass? Why are you not seeing any of that?
I just don't think he's.
I saw it from Cam Ward when Iomanner ran the wrong route. Cam Ward's like, you ran the wrong route.
I don't think he's built that way. Dylan says, if you guys were Amy Adams' trunk, I think he meant strunk, and Mike Borgonzi, who would you be going after right now to be the head coach of this football team?
Good question.
Let's both give a different answer, and you can say you can have the one that I think you want to say.
Well,
let's
Gruden's out of this. We're not
okay. Take
Gruden
Gruden out. All right, we'll both give a different answer when we come back. How about that? Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hey, it's no mystery that later today on ESPN 94.9 The Fan, the Sounds will take on Louisville, or is it Louisville? First pitch, 5:35. Jeff Him will have pregame at 5:20. Coverage also available on the Game Nashville app at theGameNashville.com. Sounds of Baseball presented by Twin Peaks and Family Leisure. Last week of the Sounds, then it is the off season for AAA baseball. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. So Dylan asked us if we were Amy Adams Strunk, who would we, and Mike Borgonzi, didn't mention Chad Brinker, by the way, who would we hire as the new head coach of the Tennessee Titans? Now, keep in mind, this is an off-season move. If you fire him now, you're going to go interim, and then you'll do it all over again, in the off-season.
Correct.
I've thought about this a lot because, Vrabel was a defensive-minded coach. He brought in the guru to be the OC.
Don't you take my guy. Keep going.
Yeah, he brought in the guru to be the OC, and and had to go through a few of those.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens is you bring in the guru to be the OC, he gets a head coaching job. But I'd probably rather do that than go get the OC to be the head coach.
Uh-huh.
So I'd rather go get a defensive guy.
Oh, if we agree on this one, this is beautiful.
I don't know if I don't see, there's one that I want to say, but I'm worried because he's been a head coach before and the players hated him. But he's a really good defensive coordinator. That's Brian Flores.
Okay.
But I'm not saying Brian Flores. And the one that I'm leaning towards has been a head coach before.
I've got it written down. Keep talking.
And he wasn't a great head coach, but he's had time with a really good head coach, Steve Spagnuolo.
Okay.
Were we saying something different?
I'm different. Yep.
Okay. But here's what I would say. Mike McDaniel is going to get fired in Miami. Hire Mike McDaniel to be the OC.
Not a chance in hell.
I think he'd be fine. He was a good. He can develop.
He's calling plays in Miami, and they're terrible.
Because Tua's gotten hit in the head 16 times.
Well, then the awareness of your quarterback not being on there
Tua's not a good NFL quarterback.
So you want Spagnuolo? All right, he was really bad with the Rams.
He was bad,
but I get that.
But I think he's going to get another bite at the apple.
Let me ask you that, and this is for our listeners too.
I'm curious who you're going to
What does this Titans team need? They need to be tough, right?
Yeah.
You want your team to be tough and mean and aggressive and take no junk from anybody. There's a coach out there who's now a head coach who's now a coordinator. He got a really raw deal in one market because he had to kowtow to a diva, and it wasn't good. And I think his hands were tied. But players love him. They've played their butts off for him. You hire Robert Saleh to come in here as your head coach.
I don't hate that.
He's good. I'm telling you, that whole disaster with Aaron Rodgers when he didn't show up at camp, and I believe all that was from above. And Robert Saleh's hands were tied. He could not say, Rodgers need to be here. Like, hey, take it easy. This is the golden goose up here. Don't do anything with him. I think if Robert Saleh came in here, he would immediately influx his team with tenacity, being aggressive. When he was before with the guys loved him. It just didn't work out because of the Aaron Rodgers nonsense. But bring him in here again. Now he's had the time to sit back and say, all right, here's what went wrong in New York. Here's what's not going wrong in Nashville. Plus, you need a coach like that who is really good with the players when you head in that stadium in 27. Don't think for a second that's not on Amy Adams' mind when they move in that stadium. I think Robert Saleh would be great.
Here's the one problem. This was his coaching staff the year he was fired with the Jets. Offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett, which is an OC, but he had Rodgers. So I don't know. Passing game coordinator Todd Downing. Running backs coach Tony Dews. Wide receivers Sean Jefferson. Offensive line Keith Carter.
Okay.
Names sound familiar
to
you?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I had no problem with Keith Carter as a line coach.
It was okay.
Lawan was an ass to him, but Keith Carter was an okay line coach.
I don't hate Robert Saleh, but you got to go get. And again, he is from the Shanahan. Like he's coached with Shanahan. go get one of those gurus.
Yep.
Whether it's McDaniel or Kingsbury or somebody that comes in and runs the offense.
And
Kingsbury's probably going to get another coach. And see, that's another thing I'm afraid of, that they would hire him, which again, I think he's a really good coordinator, but he's not a head coach. The guy that, like, if all of a sudden Dan Quinn got pissed at Washington and wanted to leave, I'd go get him. I would go to the airport. I would drive to DC. I'd help him move.
What if Robert Saleh goes out and gets Art Smith? Come back home, make you
Yes.
assistant head coach.
Sign me up.
The offense is yours. I'm not going to touch it. I'm the head coach.
I'm down. Sign me
I'd
up.
love it. I'd love it.
I'd keep and look, I'd keep Denard Walker as the DC.
Wilson.
God dang it. I keep doing it.
You're getting as bad as I am on that.
I don't know why I keep doing that. Denard Wilson.
Yeah.
I'd keep him.
Yeah. Why not? You need a powerful head coach to come in here and direct all things and not be worried about X's and O's. That's
right.
the bottom line.
Ricky, I'm going to read Ricky's after Dr. Crane gives his answer, because Ricky may not be wrong. All right. What do you got?
I have Joe Brady.
You and Ricky said the same thing.
Okay.
I don't think that, again, I lean more get the defensive minded head coach, but Joe Brady's next. We saw what he did with Burrow at LSU, and then what he's done with Josh Allen as the OC.
What's he done?
He's made him not suck.
I think we could call plays for Burrow and
Well,
Allen.
I mean,
I
I agree.
You got lucky. It's not his fault. You got lucky to do that, but he's going to want to have input on the offense. That's it. He's going to want the input on the offense. This Titans team does not need to get another coordinator that wants to be the head coach and call plays. You don't need it.
So I'm going to read off offensive head coaches, current head coaches right now that are offensive.
Sure.
That I think are going to get fired, and you tell me if you want them as the OC.
All right.
Not the head coach.
Okay.
The OC. Let's see. Let's go through Dave Canales.
He's not going anywhere.
I think he gets fired. Is he defense though?
He's
Or what was
the
he?
head coach OC at the
Yeah, he was
Panthers.
OC. Yeah, I think he could get fired.
I think they know Panthers suck. I think he's a good coach.
Zach Taylor.
He's not getting fired.
I'm just possibilities. Kevin Stefanski.
No.
Okay. Going down the list. Hope you're having a good day.
No, Andy Reid might get fired. They're 0-2.
Could you imagine?
Man.
He's not getting fired. How you doing? Mike McDaniel.
I could be talked into it.
Okay. Kellen Moore, because I think he'll be one and done.
Yeah. If they but all right. Maybe the Saints could get Robert Saleh.
Good.
I mean, Robert Saleh's get a job. I mean, the Saints are as bad as the Titans.
I think
are.
other teams would have hired him, but he was kind of like, I need a break from being a head coach, and he went back to San Francisco.
Yeah.
All right, here's what I'm curious about. Offensive coordinator only. Brian Daboll.
Yes.
I think he was a really good coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So I would not hate that at all. Obviously, I think everybody would say if Mike Tomlin became available, I mean, in a heartbeat, you would take
Tomlin?
him. Yeah.
Isn't he a defensive guy?
He's I'm saying as head coach. Like if
Yeah.
he became, you would take him.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat. Is Mike McDonald's the defensive guy, right?
Yes, Seattle. Yes,
Yeah.
he is. He's not going anywhere.
No, he's probably not going. And so that's it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good choices out there, but get the defensive guy, man, and then
I'm with you. I don't hate yours. I don't love mine. I would just.
They need accountability. Right now, it's a playhouse over there. This whole offseason, you get 2 points because you showed up on time, and then you get 3 points because you put the ring around the hoop, Chase. We had popsicles. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
You want me to say you were right on that?
Thank you very much.
You're
I don't know. I'm good to say that, Joe, you're very consistent in your thoughts and approach.
Very consistent, very handsome, all those things. Speaking of consistent and handsome, we'll talk to Tim Hasselbeck coming up next, ESPN NFL analyst, and also the head coach at Innsworth, a huge win by the Tigers on Friday night. We'll talk to Tim coming up next, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Continuing our football conversation, we bring in the head coach of the Innsworth Tigers and ESPN NFL analyst, Tim Hasselbeck, who is on the line with us. Coach, we got to start with that. What a win for your squad against McCallie. I know it was over there in Innsworth. It was a rowdy crowd, I'm sure, but I know you got to be proud of your boys.
Yeah, definitely proud of our guys. Obviously a really good program, really good team, and that's the school that knocked us out of the playoffs last year. And so, for us, I said this after the game, and you guys follow high school football, you know the drill. For any of the non-boarding private schools to compete with the boarding private schools, on any given Friday night is I think a really big deal. So for us to win the football game, and really, to be honest with you, because of how the game started, we ended up, being in pretty good control of the game really for the entire game. That was a big deal for our kids, a really big deal for our kids. So I'm definitely proud of them.
What's it like for you now as a coach, and like you said, going up against some of these programs, but you saw Jared Curtis at Nashville Christian, and now I'm sure there's players at McCallie that you used to talk about as an analyst when they would come into the college game or the NFL.
Yeah.
Now you have to face them as a coach. That's got to be a little bit of a different reality for you.
Yeah, I think what it's done is you appreciate, just how good some of the high school football players are. I'll give you an example. We played McCallie last year. Carson Lawrence was kind of this hybrid safety linebacker that they would play that was headed to Vanderbilt, and you would design a play, or game plan a play, and you're like, this seems good, except for we're running at number 3. and while it looks really pretty on the whiteboard, when the guys get out there, it's a little bit different. So that 100% is still the case. I actually said to a coach as we were preparing last week, I'm like, it's one thing preparing for scheme, it's another thing when you're preparing for personnel. And look, that's the great difference maker. So typically speaking, if a guy's headed to go play at a big time program, he can provide some game planning headaches, for us, and I'm sure other coaches during the week.
That's great. That's a big road win for you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know you played at home. I'm kidding. Tim Hasselbeck is with us on the Chasing Big Joe show. Tim, I want to ask you a question about Diego Pavia. I've told Chase on this show all the time how I think Hugh Green is one of the best college football players of all time with Pittsburgh in 1980. Should have won the Heisman Trophy, but George Rogers did. And they talk about Hugh Green. If you look up his stats, he didn't do all this and do that, but he made everybody around him better. Even Marino talked about how great he just made you better. Diego Pavia is not going to have the Timmy Chang stats from Hawaii, 18,000 yards. But Tim, he's making everybody around him better. Is that not what a Heisman Trophy candidate is about?
Yeah, I think it is, or at least definitely, before the award has, kind of morphed into what it's morphed into, for sure. I think that would be the thing. And I think that when I talk about quarterbacks coming out in the NFL draft, the thing I believe is the biggest deal is, do you make the players around you better? I think that is, maybe more so than anything else, the thing that matters the most. So that's one of the things I talk about with Cam Ward. Look, Miami had been searching for a quarterback for years, couldn't find somebody. And they had some, talent around their quarterbacks. But gosh, did he make the guys around him better when he got there? That matters. So yeah, Diego has certainly done that. He did it last year. He's doing it this year. And I think beyond just the physical aspect of making guys better, what is the hope and the belief that you're a good football program because he's the guy behind center? What has that done, for your team? I don't know that there's been a more impactful player in college football than him in regards to that.
Oh, thank you for exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, he just makes it better around him better. Let's talk Titans. They've scored 1 touchdown in 8 quarters, Tim. Very concerning. But you talk about Cam Ward has that something about him where you're just like, this guy's got it. And maybe it's early you see in the 2 games, but when everything's breaking down around him, Tim, he doesn't lose his confidence. I think that's a great sign of a good young quarterback.
Look, I think that his poise and composure has been remarkable for early on. The game has yet to look too fast for him. I remember saying to you guys, during the preseason, still a dependent position. The guys around you need to play better. Look, that's definitely how I feel after 2 weeks now. It really is, in terms of, guys like stepping up and making plays. Like, you look at the day Russell Wilson had. Well, like, look at some of the plays his receivers made. Look at some of the contested catches. No different than Sam Darnold, who won a game in Pittsburgh, or some of these quarterbacks that came away with wins from a week ago, or just even like for that matter, Stafford. Look at the help that Stafford got. So, yeah, I think that I've been encouraged by how he's played. I really have been, and you just hope that it doesn't get to a point of frustration with him in terms of the guys around him not stepping up and making plays.
Well, I asked Chase yesterday. I go, you put Cam Ward on that Denver Bronco team, you bring Bo Nix here. I mean, it's like a night and day. I mean, Cam Ward's got the receivers, the offense, the offensive line. Everybody's working in sync. I mean, he would succeed in that. And right now, you make a great point about, I mean, it's easy to get frustrated. You got Calvin really dropping passes over the middle, receivers running the wrong routes. It's just the frustration thing is a good point that you cannot be right now, because once you get frustrated, that's not good at all.
And Joe, you know what else? You hope that it doesn't get you into bad habits. So you hope it doesn't get you to the point where you start to, not pull the trigger on certain things because, you're like, he's open, but like, I don't know, can I count on him? Can I depend on him? Like, you hope that it doesn't get you into trying to do more than you're supposed to be doing. I think we talked last week about like playing in the design of an offense. And I firmly believe that you got to do that first before you can, start to get into doing other things and creating and that type of stuff. And I believe that to be true. Like, look, the touchdown pass he throws is unbelievable. I mean, it's an insane play against like the most elite athletes on the planet. But like, you can't make your living doing that. You really can't. Like, that can be part of something what you do, but like that can't be how you have to make plays every single Sunday, because it's not sustainable.
He is Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst. We'll have more with him coming up next here on Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, The Game on this Tuesday, continuing our conversation with Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst and the head coach at Innsworth. So going back to that touchdown play, I mean, my goodness, is that one of those? If Taylor did that, you look at him and go, "Hey, great throw! Don't ever do it again." Like,
Yeah, that was the coaching point that Andy Reid used to give my brother. I think I told you. He'd be like, "Okay, that was amazing by Brett Favre, but if you ever do that, I'm going to cut you." You know, I think, yeah, and that's look. I think I said this to you guys before about like that's the Ben Roethlisberger, that's the the Michael Vick, the Patrick Mahomes, you want to teach a guy to play inside the design of an offense. You do want them to put their own personality and ability in terms of playing the position, but like those highlight reel plays in terms of doing it all on your own should be a short playlist. So that's what I would say about. Like, that's awesome. It's great that it was his first touchdown pass because it was incredible. Like, that's a good one to remember. But if you're asking him to do that every single week in order for you to win a game, that's hard to do. Probably impossible.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. One thing that Brian Callahan said yesterday about Cam, because he was asked about finding the play downfield and maybe not checking down or knowing when to get rid of it. And Callahan used the phrase, he's a hunter, and he's hunting for the big play down the field. And while I think you respect that, you like that, he's going to have to grow as a quarterback, right? Because it's not always there. So how does he go from constantly trying to find that big play to maybe speeding up when he knows it's not there and to find the easier one?
Yeah. Okay, I think that you have to continue to just hammer home the idea of, like, it's the quarterback's job to find completions. It's the coordinator's job to find conversions. And so, if you're always hunting downfield for something bigger, but not getting completions, then you're not doing your job. Your job as a quarterback is to find completions. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's like, look, you find completions. Like, I'm gonna call a play where there's going to be, 5 guys that go out in the route. Like, you find the completion, and if it's not a conversion, then I call the wrong play. Like, I think that's, and I think just continuing to hammer that home. It's like, look, yeah, it's 3rd and 9. I think I said this to you guys in the preseason. It's 3rd and 9, and if I call a route and you end up throwing the flat for 5 yards, and he doesn't break a tackle and get a first down, like, then that's on me. But, like, you did your job. You got the completion. So, look, there's some scenarios in a game where you've got to be more aggressive with the football because it's, it's like that Giants-Cowboys game where next thing you know, it's, 37 all, and you've got to push the ball down the field because you've got no timeouts and it's your only chance to score. Sure, that's different. But, like, that's always that's a small segment of the game. And so, like, I actually thought there were moments early on where it was like 1st and 10, came out of it, didn't like it downfield, one hitch, balls to the flat, 2nd and 7. Okay, that's good. Like, that's good football. That's good quarterback play right there.
I totally agree with you. Tim Hasselbeck on the Chasing Big Joe show. Tim, if I were asked to ask your brother to give me 3 hours to talk about Walter Jones, could he do it?
Oh, he definitely could. And one of his favorite stories is, like, they're playing the Rams, and the Rams jump into, this bare front defense was going to change the way, like, who Walter was supposed to block. And so they jump into the defense, and Walt blocks out on Leonard Little, who was an amazing pass rusher, for the Rams. And it cuts the guy free inside, and he makes a tackle for a loss on Sean Alexander. And Matthew, like, looks at Walt, and he starts yelling at him. He's like, "Hey, they're in bear. Like, you got to come down and block him." And he looked at him, and he's like, "I get paid to block pass rushers." It's like, okay, I guess that's how we're doing this. Fair enough. Good deal. Glad we had this conversation.
What I'm saying is that your brother had this guy to protect his left side the whole time. Cam doesn't have that now. Dan Moore Jr. is just not good. But you see, when you have time to throw the ball on your brother because of a Walter Jones, who might be the greatest left tackle in NFL history, protected him. Cam doesn't how much better can Cam be, Tim,
Yeah.
when he's got a Walter Jones type guys around him?
Listen, pass protection is a big deal. Like, that's the other thing too, is when you look at the quarterback play, almost everybody that's a starter in the league, when the pocket is clean, guys are pretty good. Just because, like in order to get to become a starter in the National Football League, you've proved that you can do it at, with, a certain amount of, ability in terms of being able to make throws and being able to see a defense. And so when you have a clean pocket, guys play really well. When you don't have a clean pocket and there's guys in your face and you've got to move and it makes you a little late, or you don't see things as clearly, or you've been beaten up throughout a game, you're not the same. So think about, Patrick Mahomes in Super Bowls where he's not protected well.
Right.
Like, that's been a problem. Think about Tom Brady when the Giants were able to rush the passer. Like, I don't care how good you are, it is the great equalizer.
Oh, 100%. We're going to ask you about Baker Mayfield, Tim, because I mean, the story is great with this guy. I mean, the Browns didn't want him, the Panthers didn't want him, the Rams didn't want him, and now he's found a home in Tampa, and those guys love him down there. It's one of the best stories in sports right now because the guy just plays for those around him, and those around him play for him. It's really cool to watch this.
I think everybody always loves, like, the tough, gritty competitor. I do. And so, look, there are guys taller than him. He's got a very good arm. But, like, there are guys that, look like they should be playing the position more so than Baker does. And, look, he's the beneficiary of some good fortune. Typically when, it doesn't work somewhere and then you bounce around, you don't get your chance again. So because Brady retires, he found an opportunity. That's really the only reason that it happened. And then because he's continued to play the same way, it's worked out for him. But if he were to lose his confidence, or if he were to have, kind of questioned his ability or changed his way, then it wouldn't have worked out. So I appreciate the grit, the determination, the ability to persevere, in terms of how he's handled his career.
I mean, what is it about him? I mean, Tim, and I don't know how well you know Baker Mayfield, but what is that? They say that certain people have that je ne sais quoi, that certain something, it's hard to put it on there, but they got that. Does he have that certain something that can rally everybody around him?
He's tough. I think that would be, a big thing in a locker room. So, like, he's tough. He prepares and works hard. And then I think that he plays at the quarterback position with, like, a toughness and a lay it out all on the line kind of way that endears his teammates to him. I mean, I think that stuff matters, especially when you're trying to, like, prove that you're a starter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think those are the things that he does that people respect. And so, you factor that with obviously good production at the position, playing at a winning level. And when you do that, then guys are going to respond to you. You're going to get opportunities, and he's made the most of his, for sure. I mean, it is very rare. You guys know this. Like, if Will Levis were to show up after 2 more stops somewhere and then become a starter, everyone would be like, whoa, like what Geno Smith has done, what Baker Mayfield has done, what Sam Darnold is doing. Like that's not normal. That does not typically happen. And I think Daniel Jones, I think you have to have an appreciation for it.
Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst, is with us. Are you buying the Colts right now?
Well, they're playing good defense. They're finding a way to get turnovers. And Daniel Jones is playing well. They got good talent around them. Like, Jonathan Taylor's running the ball well. So, like, I think when you just factor all of those things in, and then you look at the rest of the division, I think that if you're the Colts, you probably feel really good about where you sit.
Do the Texans need to be worried, or is it just 2 games?
Okay, I think it is just 2 games, but I also think there should be concern. Like, 2 years ago, they seemed to be like the hottest up and coming team in football. It doesn't feel like that's what they are right now.
You're right. Did we have any 4th and 1 out of the shotgun this past week at Innsworth?
No, we don't. Did you see how we ended the game though? little quarterback keeper.
I did not.
I mean, I'm sure it's in your Instagram feed somewhere. But But no, listen, man. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. 4th and 1, we will not be in the shotgun.
God bless you.
Unless we're in a 2-minute drive. Okay, then maybe it's different. But even then, we might not be.
Hey, but I was going to say,
why would you bring the ball 5 yards back to go 1 foot forward?
Right. Before we let you go, Chase and I have had this debate about the tush push, and it's getting out of hand. Do you think it's getting out of hand?
Here's the thing. I thought it was ridiculous that people were like, "Oh, we're going to ban it." I thought that was a ridiculous comment. Okay. But they're doing such a poor job of officiating it right now. That's the problem with it. You can't have guys lining up offside.
Right.
You can't do that. And then you can't have guys false starting on offense. So that's the part for me where I'm just like, let's officiate it correctly. When RPOs were becoming all the rage, it was like, hey guys, this is great with these RPOs, but when the lineman is 7 yards down the field climbing to the linebacker that's supposed to be covering the slant, we're breaking the rules.
Right.
So that's just my big thing with all of this stuff. Let's just make sure that we officiate it correctly. And clearly, this past week on the tush push stuff, they did not.
He is Tim Hasselbeck, Innsworth head coach and ESPN NFL analyst. Tim, thanks as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. See you, fellas.
Yeah, Tim Hasselbeck joining us here on the program as he always does every Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
I love talking to him.
Oh, yeah.
Great, man.
Oh, yeah. Because, he tells it like it is. We'll react to some of that and much more coming up next. Chasing Big Joe here on this Tuesday, 102.5 The Game. A classic television program. Welcome back in. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHoney.com. I noticed this text a few minutes ago, and I was like, all right, I got to bring this up. Talking about the Titans. This was right at the start of Tim Hasselbeck, and this is from Ron. Ron is a loyal listener. He said a couple things. I believe if we had just one guy on offense that scared the defense, we could work around that and look a little better. When teams play us, they count the dub because we scare no one. I think Cam can become that guy. He then says Henry alone could change this team. Guys, you got to let him go. Because no, he couldn't. I mean, yeah, you would respect him, but he's not doing the things that he's doing in Baltimore with this team, with this offensive line. That's why he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I don't think Titans fans want to accept that and listen to that. It's not that he didn't want to be here. He knew this wasn't a contender anymore. He was getting older in his career. He wanted to chase a ring. And guess what? He has earned every right to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't stand the Baltimore Ravens. But if they win the whole thing this year and Derrick Henry gets a ring, I'm gonna stand and applaud for Derrick Henry because he deserves it.
Absolutely. And now
But
people
he
ask me
didn't
about
want-
why
he-
they let him go. I'm like, you got an hour? I mean, it shouldn't take me an hour to
Like,
explain this.
this-
Why
this
he's
is-
not longer here.
Look, I will blame the Tennessee Titans for a lot of things, but they had gotten to the point where the window closed. Bringing him back was not the right move for him or them.
Right. But it's got to be 50-50. And the 50 was not there with him. He didn't want
Right,
to come back.
right.
And that's okay.
Right. But again, that's what I'm saying. It would not have been the correct move
Yeah.
to bring him back.
That's right. And the only thing now you look back like, well, people are like, well, they should have traded him in week 4 to the Ravens and got that stuff back. They were still a
They weren't gonna
competitive team.
Yeah, they're right.
At 4 games into 2023, you trade Derrick Henry, you're telling us that it's over. And that was a decent team that competed. A few things went wrong for him. This 25 team is terrible. So if you trade Jeffrey Simmons, it's okay. Get some value back for him right now because this team ain't going anywhere.
Right.
At 23, they lost the opening game to the Saints, which they should have won. They came back the second game. The Chargers, they played their asses off versus the Chargers. That wasn't that bad. They could have beat the Chargers in 23. That was a competitive team. This team's not competitive. So trade Jeffrey Simmons, get something back and move on, build for the future. You've got some good guys on this team. This draft class was really good. Skoronski's playing his butt off. Skoronski's giving up no sacks. He's grading high. He's doing well. Just got to build around those guys, and it takes a little time to do this. But you need value. If you trade Simmons, you're still going 3-14. But now get something back for him. That's it. It's okay. Let him go chase somewhere, but put him in the other division. You don't want him in the AFC.
Here's
Put
the
him
other.
in NFC.
Here's the here's the other thing. Tony Pollard through 2 games, 38 carries, 152 yards. That's respectable.
Is that 3.8 yards a carry or something?
4.6. No, wait, no, 4.
Okay.
4.0 flat up.
Okay.
Derrick Henry, for just comparison, 29 carries, 192 yards. However, he had one in the first game. He had a 49-yard run that was his longest one. So that kind of puts things a little bit in perspective too. Pollard's not the problem. You just want Derrick Henry because he was comfortable and he was really good. But your run game is not your issue right now.
No, it's not. It's talent.
And again,
talent issue.
I used to hate it when people would say this because I would defend Payne Henry and I would say like, hey, he's a
Henbo.
He is he's a freak of nature. He's he's just a generational type player, and all that's true. But the other side was true too, that you can pretty much go find a running back. Like running backs are pretty easy to find. And I think the Titans have proven that. Not saying Pollard's a slouch by any means, but they're okay there. They don't need to worry about. So this whole like, hey, we'd be winning if Derrick Henry was here thing, No, you wouldn't.
I think most have moved on from that now, and they understand that. And there's a few
There's still
always do
some.
that. And I get it. I mean, the guy was here and did some great things that nobody else did, and you still love him. He's beloved, and that's fine. You still root for him. He's just up the road a little bit. But I mean, as far as Cam, I mean, now, you got Ridley dropping passes. Dan Moore can't block anybody.
I'm
But
worried
you
about
knew
that
he
one.
was bad coming in here, right? Didn't he grade out bad for the Steelers?
Yeah, he did, but he was the best left tackle available, left tackle, and they knew that Latham's a right tackle, and
Oh, but I thought he was a left tackle. They lied to us.
that was Raymond. He slept during the time,
Right.
Man,
wake up. We got a draft. What? What's going on now? I got to do my CBS Sports hit. I'll be back in a little bit. I just think this just
one day he's going to call in and be like, I don't appreciate you guys
I'm gonna say,
talking
bring
about that. And I'm going to say Drake or Kendrick.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. No, I mean, so we're going to talk about this for a while till things change, and then we'll see what happens. But this game on Sunday to the Colts, if you earlier brought up, 3 road games coming up after this, to Houston, Arizona, and to the Raiders. This franchise typically does not do well on West Coast road trips. This could be it could be worse than we thought. And 4-13, 5-12 was what we said earlier. But this team has a good shot at starting out 0-7.
I hope one day that, like, if I do win the Powerball and get rich enough, that I'll hire somebody that could actually be like Doc and build the DeLorean and actually have a time machine, so I could go and change history where Derrick Henry stays or whatever, and then they trade him and they get a 4th round pick for him, and then prove to you people that, like, that wasn't going to make that much of a difference like you think it was. Like, there's people that text in they should have traded him to get draft picks and all that stuff. Like, I'm all about draft capital.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also of the belief that, like, dude, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, it is. Right. Like, but again, compare in 23
especially with this group.
In the 23, when it came out that the Ravens wanted him, like, didn't they play against each other in London, right? And that was the whole talk. At that point, the team's competitive. And if you trade Derrick Henry, you've given up. This 25 team is terrible. It's not good. So if you trade Simmons, it's not going to make a difference. I'd trade Simmons, Ridley, and Snead. Hell, I will drive you to the airport if you need that. I'll drive you. If you need to go, if you're getting traded, I'll put in the back of my little Buick and I'll take you to the airport. I mean, it could get the capital now, because these guys aren't going to make a difference. And I get more and more mad at Ridley the more I talk about him, the more he drops balls across the middle. I was never a wide receiver, but effort is important to me. And there's no effort. And dropping a pass and then tapping your helmet, like, my bad. Hell yeah, it's your bad. Catch the ball. That's it. He's got one guy on this team right now that he trusts, that Cam Moore can trust. And it's a rookie out of Stanford who's got as much experience in the NFL as Cam Moore does. And it's Io Manor. That's it right now. So this team, my God, I think it's becoming worse than we thought. And I hate sitting up and talk about this every day, but it's not getting any better.
No, it's not. I hate it too. Look, I think I'm at the point in my career where I don't know, because basically since I have been a full-time member of the air staff, they've been bad. I don't know what good feels like anymore.
Right. I thought you were going to say something else like, I'm out of here. And I was going to give you the line from one of the greatest movies ever, Backdraft.
Well, that's a great movie.
When
Billy Baldwin?
Yeah, Kurt Russell, and he's going to drop him. He says, you go, I go.
Yeah.
You go.
Yeah.
I'm falling right behind you, man. I'm not staying. You go, I go.
Dr. Crane just sits there and goes, well, I guess I'm going too.
What's the network button here? Is that it? Okay.
Pizza's for everybody.
Yeah. There you go.
And I'm starving right now.
30 minutes. We're getting a phone call.
I'm starving.
Well, that's why I went and got food before.
But no,
Otherwise, I
he has
get hangry. But
He's
yeah,
looking at me
pizza-
like he's going to eat my forearm or
pizza
something.
sounds
well, you
good.
bring it. Your pizza's good, and all the lasagna, everything you make is good. So when you talk about it, I need to tangible. I need to
All
touch
right.
it.
Executive decision being made right now. You have 30 seconds. What are we talking about?
Pizza?
What kind of pizza?
Oh, Neapolitan style. You know, you could do your traditional margarita.
Still doesn't get it.
No, he still doesn't get it. I'm
What
giving
is
you
your side hustle?
Oh,
Yes.
Nico's Pizza and Subs. Yes, that is my business. Yep.
God bless you, man. You are so innocent that you're damn adorable. I want people to know that.
Well, you guys, you look like you're hungry, so I was like, I'll entertain him with what I got for the menu.
So when you say Neapolitan, I think of ice cream and it's like strawberry, chocolate, vanilla.
It's different. Yeah, it's like
I hope so.
It's the char. It's that char everybody likes on the bread on the dough.
You know, if you add a O to char, what is that?
Charo.
I think it's churro.
Sorry.
No,
I'm so
Charo's a
sorry.
person.
Don't cut my mic, please.
615-737-1025. Coming up next, the most powerful man in sports, person in sports is, we'll tell you. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Are you just in a Monkeys mood today? Did you
I
watch
am.
the Monkeys recently?
They were
or-
on the world news last night.
Oh, were they?
For what?
I think it was like their anniversary of when they first were established.
They were established as a funny Beatles
Right.
alternative. And did you know that Michael Nesmith, the guitar player, what his mom invented?
Something for NASA.
No, that's Jack Black's mom. Michael Nesmith's mom invented liquid paper,
Oh, wow.
which you don't use anymore because nobody uses a typewriter. But she invented liquid
Well,
paper.
and nobody makes a mistake anymore. If you don't believe him, just ask him.
Right.
Everybody thinks they're perfect.
So his mom invented that, and then he was a liquid paper fortune. I mean, she sold it, but worth millions. So, but Jack Black's mom did something with NASA, which helped astronauts get back here. Was it Apollo 13 or something?
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned NASA because I remember Jack Black's mom did something with it. I don't know what it was exactly, but
And she was pregnant with him at the time too. Did all that stuff. Remarkable.
Remarkable.
It is. I love this topic now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can push most powerful person in sports to 2 if you would like to, if you want to keep going on this.
On famous moms.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn, he's gonna make a mom famous, right? Diego's
What was I saw? And that's her question: where should Theo Vaughn take Diego Pavia's mom? I saw Pavia replied to it and said, "Hang on, I'm trying to find it."
Did he want to go out with was it a double date?
Yeah, hang on. What Theo Vaughn forgot is I said it was a deal if and only if he told Tate McRae to let me take her on A1 date in Nashville. Twitter, make it happen.
I don't know who Tate McRae is.
She's a artist, a music
pop star, Joseph.
pop star.
Pop
Yeah.
star. She's pretty hot.
I mean,
That's
I don't bl-
rhetorical.
I don't blame it. I don't blame him.
That's
Is
rhetorical.
the Pope Catholic?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He
scared me,
got all
Joseph.
nervous.
What's going on here?
And he's a White Sox fan.
And a White Sox fan, even better.
That too.
I don't know. Because we brought this up earlier. Okay, we'll push the powerful guy back just for a moment. But I just, again, it's fun. That's fun. Diego has made it
he's
fun.
having fun.
And I put the Diego for Vanderbilt football. He's changed the narrative right now. I mean, because we saw it at SEC Media Days. They all want to talk about
Yeah.
Pavia
Yeah.
and Clark Lee and what's going on. They were
We
excited to talk
will
about
have
it.
people on this show. Like we had people at Media Days and since then that are like, hey, how about Pavia?
Right?
Like we don't even bring it up. And they're like, they want to talk about it.
It's crazy. I mean, he's changed the narrative. And again, it's the bottom line of anything is winning. And he's a winner, and they're winning. And now they get a chance to be 5-0, go to Tuscaloosa, and they can prove it down the stretch with Alabama, LSU here, going to Texas. By the way, Arch Manning sucks. So you keep going on. You got to play Auburn's playing better. You got the Tennessee game in Neyland. If this continues how we want it to happen, would be the most epic Tennessee Vanderbilt game ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Because I still think the Vols are going to be really, really good. I think they're going to go that last game probably be 9-2 or 10-1 when they take on Vanderbilt. Can you imagine what that's going to be like in Knoxville after Pavia called Vols out early in the season or early in the summer? I mean, this is great. We love this, all of it.
Oh, we live for it. I just want to say this though, in the event, and this will never happen, but in the event that one day there's a famous lady that's listening to this and, we start chatting or whatever, and she shows up at events to see me.
Ashley Judd.
I just want you to know that I will make sure she doesn't put a wall up, so y'all can't see her when she's walking in to an
Oh,
event.
you're talking about Taylor Swift and all that?
Yeah, like what was that? I was just like,
When you sent that to me, I thought she was in the box. And then it was expanded
and that
out,
was
yeah.
for her mom, I guess. But I was just like, really? Like what what are we doing?
Do you know this happened here with us? Do you remember in the Predators? Am I allowed to talk about this?
With
Carrie Underwood?
Yeah.
So we would go down to the locker room.
I don't care if you talk
good.
about it. Like,
We'd go to the locker room and get an interview at like 9:50. Then you'd have to haul tail down the hallway in the car back to Channel 2 to get the post game interview on for 10 o'clock sports. It was great. It was her. You'd go right out. Well, Carrie Underwood allegedly did not like us walking by the wives' lounge. She had wanted us to go around the building, and I said, "No, I'm not doing that." Well, you have to.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And I said, "No, I'm not doing that. I'm walking. I don't care that Carrie Underwood's there. I really don't care. I care about getting this soundbite on TV at 10.
Because the wives' lounge was where the interview room is now, right?
Correct. Yes, sir.
So that back hallway.
Yep. And you just sprint right down to the car and get out of there.
Well, I never had a problem with that. So,
As far as what?
Like, I never got told I couldn't go down that.
Yeah, we couldn't do it. So you could.
I actually got told because they changed it where because used to you'd cut through the visitor. We're going so inside baseball right now or inside hockey. You go through to the visitor where the visitor room is and cut in between. They stopped that and made you go around to go to the
back
Predator.
hallway?
Yeah, the back
Okay.
hallway to go to the Predators locker room.
I would have taken that one, but they want us to go around. And I don't know if it was Carrie Underwood. I
think
don't know.
It's you. Okay, here. This is what I've learned about famous people. 90% of the time, it's not them. It's the people that do stuff for them.
Sure.
And it's the people that do stuff for them that think, I got to show you how much of a Billy Badass I am.
Oh, get it.
And so I'm going to make life difficult on you because you're not going to blame me. You're going to blame the famous person.
That's right. Yeah.
But most of the time, like I can tell you, I had 2 different occasions that I had very quick but dealings with her, and she could not have been nicer.
Right.
And it was, I mean, she was very, very pleasant, and she knew that I covered the team and that Mike and I had a good relationship.
Good.
Like
Buddies.
so it was.
Yeah. I get it. And I walked down the hall and I remember the guard was like, "You can't go this way." And I was like, "Watch me." And I just kept walking out. I had a job to do. And so you talk about the partition.
I remember that. And there's a little more to that story that I'll tell you.
And they put the partition up. I mean, so all that stuff's like, so I mean, yeah, some care, but for those who are trying just to do their job, we don't care.
Just remember, there's always one person that screws it up for the rest of us. And I'll leave it at that.
You got initials?
No. Yes, but I'm not going to say. But yeah.
Can you say their initials, but give it like?
Well, I'm trying to remember exactly who it is, but I'll tell you off there.
That's fine. Yeah. I mean, there's been places like we told the whole Vanderbilt football Nephi after the game, talking to him, how Vanderbilt got mad at me and banned everybody from all on the field interviews.
Yeah.
That lasted 0 because you're not going to stop me from interviewing somebody on the field. Well, we're going to pull your credentials. Pull them.
Yeah.
That's fine. They never pulled them.
Right. Then we won't cover your team.
Exactly.
That's kind of how it works. We will coming up next. We will tell you the most powerful person in sports because we went down a rabbit hole there. We will discuss that and much more in hour number 3 coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Hour number 3, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this, what day is it? Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day so far. The most powerful person in sports, I think we saw last night in the coach's booth during Monday Night Football. His name is Tom Brady.
Right? How was this allowed? I mean, he is an announcer for Fox. He gets privy information with teams that he's covering, like the Chiefs met with him, the Eagles meet with him. They give the deepest, darkest secrets to broadcasters.
Yeah, and they're letting him go in the meetings now. I think they have to be virtual, but I mean, which I don't really know. What does that do?
And now we sit in the coach's booth. I mean, it should be unallowed. You try to do that, it ain't happening.
Well,
they let him do that. And now he's announcing some global flag football tournament in March. Did you see this?
He's coming out of retirement to play in this global flag football tournament
in Riyadh or in Saudi Arabia.
Riyadh season.
Yeah.
Yep.
For tens of millions, which is fine. I get all that.
Yeah, because the Saudis are buying everything.
Yeah,
they got WrestleMania, for billions.
Is there an NFL coach partaking in this? I thought
they're going to own a team soon.
There are 3 teams in this flag football. I'll get you the list.
Yeah, just go ahead and mentally prepare yourself. There's going to be a Saudi owner soon.
What happens? That's
because they're going to cut a check the size that the NFL has never seen, and Jerry Jones is going to go, I want it.
Right. hey, there's a team here in Nashville you could buy that's going nowhere.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Here's $10 billion. And then I can see now, here's $10 billion. Here's a little million. Get yourself something for yourself. Extra million right there. But to see Brady, and I mean, look, all the stuff the Patriots did and Brady. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't like Brady because what happened with the Patriots with Deflategate and all that that's fine. When you win all that, people are going to come after you. But just seeing him in the coach's booth last night, after all the consternation it was a year ago about him being an announcer for Fox and being privy to all information, you think he's not going to tell Pete Carroll what he found out from the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Of course he is. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because this is the best example I got, so bear with me. In NASCAR, there have been, like Denny Hamlin drives for Joe Gibbs Racing, but he is the co-owner of 2311. Now, they're both Toyota teams, but don't you think there's things from Joe Gibbs that he's taken over to his team?
So hold on.
Of course there is.
So he's doing a Dale Earnhardt.
Yes.
He owns a team, but drives for another team.
Correct.
That is so confusing to me.
And that's how that's exactly right. Dale Earnhardt had Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, but he drove for Richard Childress. Then there's Brad Daugherty, the basketball player, right?
Uh-huh.
You know who?
Yes.
With the Cavs. I don't know if he does anymore, but for a long time he was a car owner. He owned a team, but he did TV for ESPN and for NBC covering NASCAR. So it was kind of the same deal. That, now I don't know what they did with production meetings and stuff like that, but I mean, he was in
he could go in and say, hey, whoever's using this different spark plug, maybe we should use that spark plug.
Yeah. So, I mean, I
default to Chase on racing because I don't know anything.
Is there like how much of a, and you might get mad at me for this, maybe a stupid question, but like if Brady's in a production meeting with Andy Reid and they're in a Stefan, who's the coach? Sirianni. And he talks to those guys. I mean, don't you think Tom Brady kind of knows stuff anyway?
He does, but if Andy Reid said, hey, this number 9 we got out of Nickel State, watch him. We got some packages for him. We're not talking about him. And then Brady goes back to Pete Carroll and says, hey, they really like number 9. They got this reverse pass they're doing. Things like that you would never know of. Now the teams, if Brady comes in, I'd be guarded. Like, I don't know, we'll play. I'd be very basic and bland about it. But the fact that he's privy to all this, no, man. Yeah. I've said in a few of those throughout in the career, and it's pretty open book, man. It's pretty open book.
Like, I know they tell you stuff,
and it's not bad. And so it's like, oh wow. And then it happens in the game. You're like, Romo talks about it all the time. Like, hey, Jim, they told us about what's going on right there. And he knows what's happening. You're like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, with Brady,
That's neat.
yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know, Jim. And so you see what Brady gets to have and do in these meetings, and it's just, it's power. He gets to do this. Chase McCabe can't do this. Nick Frazier can't do this, but Tom Brady can. And to me, he gets away with this because he is Tom Brady. That's it. Did you find out who the coach is?
Yeah, Pete Carroll, Kyle Shanahan, and Sean Payton. 3 teams.
Untold, which is good. Look, I'm a big capitalist. Make all the money you want. That's fine. You know all that. I saw that and I was like, oh, this is interesting.
The players on the list so far: Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Max Crosby, Rob Gronkowski, Sauce Gardner, Myles Garrett, and others that are a part of the Fanatics Flag Football Classic.
What? They're playing?
Yes.
Sauce Gardner's going to play in this?
Yes.
That should not be allowed. What if he blows his knee out?
I think he'd be okay with blowing his knee out and having $250 million in his back pocket.
That's who's got paying these guys?
I'm just guessing. I mean, it's the Saudi money. They're probably paying him ridiculous amounts of money.
How is this allowed? How are you allowing to go? Like, I would not allow you to go cross the street and produce another show. That's how valuable you are to me.
I'd probably have some say on that too.
Right?
I think I would be jobless.
That's how valuable you are to us, right? Sauce Gardner's pretty damn good.
Hey, I'm gonna go work for Buck, but I'll still work for you too.
The same thing. I'm not letting my star guy go do flag football.
I think this Fanatics flag football thing's a little different because Fanatics has a contract with NFL, and even though it's not directly with full pads, it's in Saudi Arabia. That's not really sanctioned rule-wise by the NFL, if that makes sense.
No, you have a contract. You have a contract. That's why a lot of these baseball players can't do certain things. I remember when Jeff Kemp played for the Giants, you're not allowed to ride a motorcycle. He rode a motorcycle. I think he broke his wrist or his ankle. He lied about it because it's in the contract. No, he's playing pickup basketball. That was it. And he got hurt playing pickup basketball. I would not allow you to do that. You cannot do that. Sorry.
Chase has mentioned it before. You'll see a Super Bowl in the Middle East.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. This is just a precursor to that.
I mean, WWE has just broken that mold by having they're sending the Royal Rumble this year, and the next year will be 27 will be WrestleMania. So 26 will be the Rumble, and then 27 WrestleMania will be over there.
Super drop 500 million. Here you go. Come on over.
Put a B on that. Take the M off and put a B there. Yeah, we're talking billions at this point. But look, I think Tom Brady is one of the most, if not the most powerful person in sports.
Yeah, last night seeing him in the coach's booth, I just started laughing. I was like, yeah, how expecting is this to see him in the coaching booth? Oh, well, I mean, that's what they get with him. So that's fine. Yeah, Tom Brady, he earned it. 6 Super Bowl rings, or is it 7?
Mike said you use Sauce Gardner as an example, not Christian McCaffrey. He gets hurt walking across the room.
Right? How many does Brady have? 1, 2003, 2004, 2014, 16, 18, 20. Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
And he went to
6 with New England, 1 with Tampa. Went to 10, I believe.
10. That's right. Lost 2 to the Giants and 1 to the
Eagles. Yes, sir.
Man, okay.
That is, I wonder how many championship games.
I think from like 14 on, he went to every one of them. Something crazy stat that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Tom Brady. I mean, you see what it was and all those things of
14. So
holy cow.
13 AFC and 1 NFC. Is that right?
That's correct. 13 with New England and then 1 with the Pats, the Bucks.
That's just a crazy stat. That's a crazy stat to go that many championship games.
Okay, here's another one. How many quarterbacks? He may be the only one. How many quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl in both conferences?
Oh my goodness.
Starting quarterbacks.
I think he might be the only one. I'm trying to go back
Because
LA.
trying to think of guys that left. Peyton won them both in the AFC
Yep,
with two different teams.
that's right. That's a great question. Now you got me trying to figure that out there.
Yeah, I think he might be.
All right. Here's something for you, quarterbacks. When Kirk Cousins returned to Minnesota on Sunday, which helped make him the fourth highest paid player in NFL history, with his money guaranteed for the seasons, Cousins now made $321 million guaranteed NFL. Can you name the three highest paid NFL players in history that have guaranteed money? And Tom Brady is not one of those. And they're all current playing quarterbacks.
All right, we'll answer that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe on this Tuesday, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Some Luke Combs bringing us back. Good stuff right there. All right. Reset the question.
So Kirk Cousins is fourth in all-time being paid, highest paid player in NFL history. Guaranteed money. He's made $321 million, and he's won one playoff game. There are three other quarterbacks who have made more than him that are the highest paid players in NFL history. Can you name who they are? These are the highest paid players in NFL history that have made the most guaranteed money.
Deshaun Watson.
He is not on the list.
Okay. All right. I thought that Haslam might have put him there.
Kirk Cousins is at number 4.
Lamar.
Is not.
Really? But these guys are all active, right?
Every one of them.
Trevor Lawrence.
Here's the key to figuring this out. Veterans.
Okay. Good point. Jared Goff.
Is not on this list.
Okay. Patrick Mahomes.
Is not on this list. Veterans.
I know. Are those not veterans? I mean, this is the 9th year in the league for Aaron Rodgers.
Number 1.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers has made how much you think Aaron Rodgers has made in guaranteed money? He's the highest paid all-time NFL player.
And what was Kirk Cousins?
Fourth, $321 million.
500 million.
$395 million Aaron Rodgers has made. That's number 1.
All right.
I need 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
And they've won Super Bowls.
Okay. Well, that took one answer away that I was going to say. They have won Super Bowls. Joe Flacco.
Is not
Okay.
on this list.
I'm thinking old. I'm thinking Super Bowls. Active. Hurts just won it. Mahomes, as you said, is not on the list.
Here's a hint for you.
Who else has won?
He was just in town.
Oh, Stafford.
Stafford is number 2. He's made $384 million guaranteed money in the career. He's number 2 all-time highest paid NFL player.
Russell Wilson.
Number 3. Russell Wilson comes in, has made $324 million. Remember,
I think I made that harder than it needed to be.
right. Remember, Brady put a lot of money aside to hire guys. And a lot of that had to do, rumor was, who he was married to at the time.
Giselle.
Was making $100 million. So it's like Tom had to do that. Now, a lot of that was disputed and that wasn't true, but Tom deferred a lot of money to hire. Peyton did the same thing. Peyton, you're paying $38 million. How about I make $26 million? We put $12 million back to go out and find guys, find me linemen to help me out, which is the very altruistic way, and it wins Super Bowls for guys. But Kirk Cousins, I mean, to $321 million, and you've won one Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's
right. I mean, you've won one playoff game.
Yeah, I was about to say, he hadn't won a Super Bowl. Shifting gears a little bit, because I just saw this, and this is, I guess, breaking news. So On 3 reported earlier that Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia's attorney has set the stage to challenge the NCAA for a 7th season of eligibility. However, 11 minutes ago, Diego Pavia quote tweeted this and said, "Cap, this is my last year, handshake." So he's saying that's not true.
Okay. 7 years in college football is a crime.
Yeah.
Unless
then
it's
not college football anymore.
It's not.
It's
Good.
the
Good for
minor
Diego.
it's the minor leagues for the NFL is what it would become.
Well, and now the whole thing about junior college not counting for the 2 years or the 1 year that you go, and you have 5 years. Once you leave high school, you have 5 years to play for it. It's the way it always has been. And now it's like you got 10 years to play 8. It's just ridiculous. But the money's there. Diego Pavia knows he's not getting the money in the NFL, which I'm shocked he'd get a closed hand emoji like this is my final year. I'm shocked he's agreed to that. I am.
Yeah. I mean, I think if this year continues down the path that it is for Vandy, somebody will take a flyer on him. But he's, in my mind, he's not an NFL quarterback.
No.
No, he could be. I mean, maybe he
Go to Canada.
Maybe he does what Tebow should have done and becomes like an H-back, a tight end, gadget kind of player.
He's tiny.
I know, but I'm just throwing stuff out there. But yeah, he could go to Canada.
It's okay. Be a nice career up there. Make good money.
So the other day I'm sitting at the bar with buddies and stuff, and we're just kind of shooting the breeze. Friends. And we've seen obviously crazier things happen with college sports. And the topic came up of, the NFL really needs to have a development league. We've talked about that ad nauseum, that there's Canada, yes, there's UFL, but the NFL needs a minor league. Like you see with every other sport. You think about it. Like you got the G League in basketball, you have the AHL and the ECHL. With hockey, you have minor league baseball with single A, double A, triple A with baseball. The NFL doesn't have that. And I was a few beers in at this point, and I jokingly said, the way NIL is going, watch the NFL try and buy like the Mountain West or Conference USA and make that the minor league.
You could do that. I will argue a point that college football is your minor league.
Correct, but the only difference is like once your eligibility is done,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody owns your rights until you're done playing college ball.
Right.
That's the difference in other sports. Like in hockey, Brady Martin, who just got drafted by the Predators, can go back to college, but the Predators still own his rights. Like, does that change with the NFL of like, hey, we're going to go ahead and draft you, but you're not ready, so you need to stay in college.
Why do you think the NFL needs a minor league system?
Because I think the quality of play is not good. I mean, there are guys that are on 53-man rosters that, no offense to them, don't belong on 53-man rosters, but it's the only way, because you got to fill out a roster, or you put them on a practice squad, but they're not getting better.
Well, there's always going to be bad teams.
Sure.
And that's been the way football has been for 100 years. So the bad teams are going to be there. I just don't think it's different for football, because you're still taking a pounding. Baseball, you're not.
Right. You are. That's fair. Hockey, you are. I would argue that the AHL, granted the speed of the NHL is different, but you're still prone to the same injuries and stuff like that in the AHL. But,
yeah, that's a good comparison.
But I have a solution. I don't know if I want to put it out there yet, because then somebody's going to steal it, and the Roger Goodell won't give me credit for it. But I've thought of a solution to it, because again, I look at quarterbacks more than anything, that the quarterbacks need more developing, especially like if you think of guys that are drafted like third round down, of how much they would benefit. But to your point, okay, well, I don't want you going and playing a UFL, like you play college, then you play a spring season, and then you come for training camp. That's asking too much.
Yes.
But I have an idea, and I will tell it to you coming up.
Okay.
We'll get on this for a second. Chase and Big Joe on this Tuesday, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, the game here on this Tuesday. All right, so here's my developmental league idea for the NFL. Basically, what you do is you expand the rosters, the active roster to 60, which I think they're going to do that anyway. You continue to have a practice squad of 16, but one of those has to be a quarterback. And that quarterback can be basically that quarterback is protected. That you cannot take that quarterback. He is yours as long as he's under contract. So he is a part of your practice squad. So what you do on game day, for instance, is you play the game at the NFL stadium. So this weekend it would be the Titans versus the Colts.
Okay.
All right. You play that game. On game day, you have inactives for whatever reason. Sometimes they're a healthy scratch. Sometimes they're injured, but you can, what is it? You can only have 46 active players.
45, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
changed. I don't
Okay.
know. But anyway, so if you've expanded your roster to 60, you maybe you have, let's say you have 47 active players or something like that. Anyway, so you have your inactives and then you have your practice squad.
Okay.
After the game is over, you play a 30-minute game with between the two practice squads. Minor league.
After the game
After
on
the
a
game.
Sunday.
Yep.
Let them play.
30 minutes.
God bless you, man. It's never going to happen.
Oh, I know it's never going to happen.
Can they
but
play at
that's-
halftime like the flag football kids do?
All right, fans, let's give it up for your Titans practice squad.
Hell, the Nissan Stadium erupts louder for that than they do for the Titans.
Could you
teams.
imagine?
Have it do there. There's just no
Look,
really.
there's not a perfect. So that's
Right.
my point. That's my point. There's not a perfect solution.
And then you have guys. If the spring league, if you care about safety, there's not a spring league.
Yeah,
And guys can bounce up. You just can't do it.
I mean, you could do the other thing is like the NFL would have to invest in it with the idea of this is not going to make money, and like nobody's going to care about these games.
NFL's already out.
So the NFL's out. That's my point.
It's all about money, and they can't get a profit off that. They're not going to do it.
Now, I think where it could get to is basically like the other idea was you have the group of you have some players that, okay, hey, you're not ready, but I'm going to take you in like a supplemental draft where I have your rights and you're still in college for a few years.
I do think we're going to see in the NFL, and they've tried to put it off for long enough, just exclusive running quarterbacks going forward because there's not a lot of good passers in football anymore.
No.
So now there are going to be a lot more running quarterbacks that come into the game. There's just not good quarterbacks at the collegiate level that can throw the football. There's not. And, you see this year with Cam Ward and Jackson Dart. And Milroe was good at Alabama. We'll never see him again. I mean, it just shows you, that's just a really the disparity between good and bad.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like if you had like a Milroe, be in it. I mean, to an extent, a Will Levis or, others that have like you like them and they're athletic, but they're not ready to be a starter. That if they could have more time to develop, like Malik Willis is a great example of a guy. It would be so beneficial, but it's like, okay, when do they play?
When do they play? We brought up, is it Timmy Chang that played for Hawaii and threw for 15,000 yards? Why wasn't he successful for quarterback? He threw the ball, put up great stats, great yards. Just didn't have it, man.
Yeah.
Some have it, some don't. So the quarterback issue, that's why these guys make this money because it is the most preeminent position in all of sports. All sport. I mean, a goalie in hockey is pretty damn good. What in baseball is comparable to a starting quarterback in NFL? Not really anything out there, right? What in soccer is comparable to an NFL quarterback?
A striker, the person that scores the goals.
Okay. How many of those are in the world that are elite?
20.
Is that many? Like, is Ronaldo a striker?
Yeah, he's a forward. Yeah,
Is Messi a striker?
he's a forward.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So
yeah,
there's
but-
20
but-
elite ones though.
Right. To his point, like that's kind of like finding the elite quarterback. Like you can probably count it on one hand.
There's probably good strikers out there. Ted Striker from Airplane is a good one, but you'd have to be there's some good quarterbacks, but elite, elite is that's why you're
And-
elite, because it's not, they don't grow them on trees, man.
Yeah, 100%. Look, you're not wrong. I mean, the elite quarterbacks in the NFL right now are Mahomes,
Josh Allen,
Lamar,
we're leaving one out. Burrow,
Burrow.
Herbert last night looked really good. That
Herbert
offense,
does look.
that offense looked good.
Herbert to me, the last few years has been Carson Palmer, the guy that like you want to put him in with Brady and Manning, but he hasn't done enough to really warrant that yet.
Yeah,
But I mean, Burrow at least has gone to a Super Bowl.
he has back in 21. Yeah, and that's
I mean, I don't consider Hurts an elite quarterback. He's just the right guy for that system.
he's been to
He's a good athlete.
He's a good athlete.
And he's won a Super Bowl.
He's won a Super Bowl. You're right. But the Chargers last night, I'm changing my mind for week 2. I think that they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you texted last night that
They looked so good last night. Pursuing the ball. I look at guy like pursuit on a defense as how well somebody wants it.
yeah.
And I'm watching that Charger team last night, and there's like 5, 6, 7 guys going to the football. That determination. And you take that goes a long way. And winning football games, they were just so good last night.
You know what? Watching the Raiders, unfortunately, like their problems, their quarterback. They don't have a quarterback.
He threw it away on 4th down.
I know.
He threw away.
I know.
He did an Alvin Kamara versus
I'm
Vanderbilt.
like, what are you doing?
Stepped out of bounds at 4th and 8. Didn't Nico do that too in a game?
Yeah. He stepped out too quick.
What game did he? Oh, Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds and threw it out that way.
I think the Raiders have some players. They need Brock Bowers to be something, but I don't think they have the
I
quarterback.
desperately want the Raiders to be good. I think that's
that's a
team.
franchise that the NFL needs to be good.
Yeah.
Because you say the National Football League, you go, the Raiders. Like there's a handful of teams
Mhm.
that are the backbone of the NFL. Steelers, Raiders, Cowboys, Giants, was the Redskins, now the Commanders,
Plus, they've been to one playoff game
Vikings, Packers.
since the Super Bowl in 2002. So 22, 23 seasons, probably maybe more than that they have not been to play one time in the
Yeah.
playoffs. And you want, again, that it's like I tell people about Gallatin High School football. Gallatin High School football in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s was good. And high school football is better when they're good. And they've got a good team up there. So it's the same way. You like to see that. But the Raiders, man, that's something else. I guess the last playoff game win the Raiders had was over the Titans.
Is that right?
AFC Championship game in the 2002 season.
Yeah, you're right.
That'd be it. It's the last one. Still mad about that game. Titans should have won that game.
Yeah. Then it would have been Titans Bucks.
Damn John Simon.
It would have meant Titans would have beaten the Bucks. I don't know. That defense is pretty good.
Defense was good. They're rolling. Although you talk about that, I love the behind the scenes because we had Rondé Barber in here,
Mhm.
and I said, "Did you guys know the Raiders plays before?" He's like, "We knew everything they were doing," because Bill Callahan allegedly never changed the terminology.
Yeah, he just used what Gruden used.
And so they were like, yeah, we knew. John Lynch would call every play out, and we knew everything they were doing. And so might have been different because they might not know what the Titans were running at the time. God, that'd be 20. I'll come up on 23 years. Good Lord, man.
Oh, by the way, here's another thing that I guess Callahan was asked about yesterday was about, adjusting at halftime, why other teams are better at doing that than you. And he kind of pulled it. Remember Peyton Manning a few years ago said, and it's on Twitter, I don't think I ever made a halftime adjustment in my entire 18-year career. It's the biggest myth in football, the halftime adjustment. You eat a couple of oranges and use the restroom. That's what Peyton said on the Manning cast one time. And Callahan kind of backed that up and said you adjust as the game goes on.
Sure.
It's not just at the half.
Yeah, but I kind of, that's Peyton, right? I get what he's saying, but sometimes you need like, all right, to sit down with the guys as a group in the locker room and say, we got to do this. We weren't doing that. Let's do this. But he's correct. You make adjustments throughout the game.
Yeah.
So what did Peyton say again?
Well, here, you read it.
Oh man,
I
I was 18 years in the league. I don't make one adjustment. I had some orange slices and some Capri Suns, and I went out there and I just played. And I said, Coach Fulmer, I said, "Hey, you got anything for me today?" He said, "Peyton, just go out and do the best you can." And then I called Coach Fulmer, and he's like, Peyton, today go out and do the best you can. All right.
When did Phil Fulmer become Barney?
Damn it, Bobby. Payne's like, man, orange slices. I want some of that. And then go to McDonald's after the game was happening. Oh, I don't
And
think.
when I got older, I got a cold Bud Light.
And he's like, yeah, shout out to Papa John's and Budweiser. Remember he did that? I was like,
Yeah.
you shill. What are you doing, man?
Was that when they won the Super Bowl
Yeah.
in Denver?
Yeah. And I'm like, he's talking about Papa John. It was so calculated. I'm like, shut up. It's as bad as when Drew Brees broke whatever record he did, and the cameras got around him, and he got down on one knee with his boys and says, boys, if you work hard and you fight obstacles, you too can do this.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
I was on Monday Night Football.
yeah,
was
right?
Monday Night
I was
Football,
like,
yeah.
come on. Just slap a high five and say, hell yeah, I did it, and I'm 5'9". Get out of there. But this calculated nonsense that Peyton did. Man, I got Papa John right here next to me. What about it, Papa John? And then he made some stupid comment. And it's like, I'm going to have a Budweiser now. Mom and Daddy Olivia and Archie. It's crazy talk, man.
That is some crazy talk. That is for sure. Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays plus the mashup. That'll be crazy, I'm sure. Here on the Tuesday edition, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, here on this Tuesday. Getting ready to turn things over to DVD here in just a few minutes. Trevor Maddich will join them today. Always good with Trevor, so looking forward to that. And we're broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service. But with that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays. Brought to you by Jarrett Companies, Inc. Use their electrical division for installations, inspections, upgrades, and more. JarrettCompaniesInc.com, above and beyond industry standards.
All right. First on the list, we have, not Fiber, Ann Bradstreet Day. So shout out to Ann. Collect Rocks Day is today. So if you like collecting rocks, people do that, then put them in a little tub or a bin. They can spin them and clean them, and it looks kind of cool. I don't know. Get Ready Day is today, so make sure you're prepared. International Day for the preservation of the ozone layer, so cool. Mayflower Day is today. Hey, shout out to the Mayflower. Forgot about that. Mexican Independence Day is today. National Cinnamon Raisin Bread Day. Love me some cinnamon raisin. National Day of Prayer and Remembrance for the victims of Hurricane Katrina. Yep, it's always.
Was today was the day?
No, Katrina was like August 30th,
Okay.
31st.
Yeah. Have you seen the Netflix doc? Pretty cool.
No, I want to watch
It's pretty
it, though.
sad, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's to watch, a good watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. National Guacamole Day. Guacamole. There we go.
Holy
National.
guacamole.
Yeah, I remember the Austin Powers. Guacamole,
Yeah,
mole,
that's right.
mole. Yeah. National IT Professionals Day. National Stay
It's
Away
like
from.
David James.
There you go. Hey, David. National Stay Away from Seattle Day. It's a bad day.
What's
I guess.
wrong with Seattle?
I don't know. It just says stay away. National Tattoo Story Day. Let's see. Step Family Day. Shout out to Theo Vaughn. Take a loved one to Doctor Day. So take a loved one to the doctor.
That was good.
Teenage Workout Day is today.
How many days are there
There's
today?
a lot today. Let's see. Working Parents Day is today. Wrinkled Raincoat Day. Trail of Tears Commemoration Day. And last but not least, World Play-Doh Day. Do not eat Play-Doh.
All right. Thank you for that.
So good, though.
Lord. Take a deep breath, pal. All right. Time for celebrity birthdays. You have to get these within 2 years of their age. First up, actor Ed Begley Jr.
Ed Begley Jr.
He was on a few episodes of Better Call Saul.
57.
58.
76. Next up is Mickey Rourke.
65.
72.
73.
He's in the movie The Wrestler.
He
Yes.
is. Thanks for that. We didn't know that.
Don't be
You're
a
welcome.
jerk.
All right.
If not, I'll make you disappear. Our next guy, David Copperfield.
I was going to say something. I'm not now. I'm gonna
Does that have to do with George Bush?
yeah.
Yeah.
58.
63.
69.
Nice.
Dr. Crane, you go first here. Actress Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly.
I get yelled at by somebody because Chase gets to go first, and if he gets it, he gets the opportunity to go first. So they said, "Hey, switch it up."
Okay.
So I listened to the
Who is
populace.
that person that said that?
Just a friend. Thanks, Dale.
I like Dale. He's a
Wow.
good guy.
He
We
needs to
crashed
shut-
his party.
Dale
that time.
needs to mind his business.
He needs to shut his mouth. What he needs to do.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Jennifer Tilly,
Jennifer Tilly sounds like she's like 58.
75.
67.
Hmm.
Chase, you go first now. Richard Marx. Be right here waiting for your answer.
Well done. Richard Marx is 66.
71.
62. You know who Richard Marx's father was?
No.
Karl Marx.
Hmm.
All right, Dr. Crane, you first. Molly Shannon from SNL.
Molly Shannon is 58.
47.
61 from the Schwitty Balls commercial.
Hmm.
Actress, Chase, you go now. Amy Poehler.
52.
56.
54. That's a push. Dr. Crane, you go first. Flo Rida. Can you name a Flo Rida song?
My House.
Yeah, I can't name one off the top of my head, but if I listen to one, I could tell you.
Thanks.
Apple bottom jeans, boots with the
fur.
fur. With
It's
the
with T-Pain,
fur.
isn't it?
Yeah. It's called Low.
Yeah, that's right. Should have got low. Yeah, that's right.
Did you say did you drop that shouty in there?
No,
Okay,
Shouty.
all right,
Yeah,
shouty.
yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna
What
go
up, shouty?
51.
48.
46. We're tied at 1. All right, we got a game now. Everybody's on the board. Let's go down a few more here and see. Oh, you should get Chase. You go first now. Nick Jonas.
You know I love Nick Jonas.
You do. God, you do.
Aren't they going to be here? I think they're here soon. He is 37.
39.
33. It's tied at 1. We're still going down here real quick. Former TV weatherman Mark McEwen was on the CBS morning show. Mark McEwen.
Is that thunder or is that your heartburn, indigestion going again?
Stop it. It's both.
He is 81.
80.
71. Country singer Terry McBride.
63.
64.
67. Singer Mark Anthony. Chase, you go.
44.
40.
57. Dr. Crane. Talk show host Tamron Hall.
58.
64.
55. All right, Bert, sports birthdays now. Chase, you go first. Robin Yount.
Robin Yount is 58.
52.
70. Dr. Crane. Oral Hershiser. Which a terrible first name.
71.
67.
67 exactly. Chase is up 3-1. Chase, you go now. Tim Raines.
58.
55.
66. Dr. Crane, you go first now. Mark Bruner. Tight end for the Steelers.
60.
71.
53. Our last birthday, Chase, you go first. How old? Chase up 3-1. How old is Bryson DeChambeau?
Oh, the golfer. He is 40. I'll say 40.
DeChambeau is 32.
At the buzzer, he is 32.
Nice.
We're tied at 3.
I knew that was too
And we
much.
go until tomorrow. Good job, guys.
All right. That is going to do it for oh wait, no. We got the mashup real quick. And a happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome in Chase and Big Joe. 102.5 The Game. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos.
Well, I think you go in and say, hey, whoever is using this different spark plug, maybe we should use that spark plug.
Yeah. So, I mean, I
default to Chase on racing because I don't know what it is.
Is there like
you go?
Yeah.
I'm all right behind you, man. I'm not staying. You go, I go.
Dr. Crane just sits there and goes, well, I guess I'm going too.
Pizza's for everybody.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Pizza?
What kind of pizza?
Oh, Neapolitan style. You know, you could do your traditional margarita.
Still doesn't get it.
No, he still doesn't get it.
What is your side hustle?
Oh,
Yes.
Nico's Pizza and Subs. Yes, that is my business. Yep.
God bless you, man. You are so innocent that you're damn adorable. Like he can go in and say, hey, whoever is using this different spark plug, maybe we should use that spark plug.
Yeah. So, I mean, I
default to Chase on racing because I don't know what it is.
Is there like
they lied to us?
That was raining. He slept during the time.
Right.
You know.
Man, wake up. We got a draft. What? What's going on now? I got to do my CBS Sports hit. I'll be back in a little bit.
And I'm going to say Drake or Kendrick.
So what did Peyton say again?
Well, here, you read it.
Oh, and I went out there and I just played. And I said, Coach Fulmer, I said, hey, you got anything for me today? He said, Peyton, just go out and do the best you can. And then I called Coach Fulmer and he's like, Peyton, today, go out and do the best you can. All right.
When did Phil Fulmer become Barney?
Damn it, Bobby. Oh, I don't
And
think.
when I got older, I got a cold Bud Light.
And so, yeah, shout out to Papa John's and Budweiser. You know, if you add an O to Char, what is that?
Charro.
How did I miss the Barney comment?
I was actually really disappointed because I thought you would have laughed when I said that. You just kind of ignored it.
Oh, that's the best thing ever you've said on the station. Oh, my, I'm dying on that.
Oh, that's going to do it for us today.
Oh, we like to have fun on the show, guys. You know that. But also at the end of the show, we tell you guys out there, if you're struggling, please talk to somebody. We tell you all the time, there's avenues to reach out, talk to people on your cell phone. You can call 988 right there. Go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show. There's information right there on how you can get professional help. We tell you all the time, our world is a better place because you are here and you are doing awesome. And I want you to know that we love you. And more importantly, more than anything else in this world, God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace.